Welcome, Planeteers. It's me, Kevin, back for another post game reaction, recap, whatever you want to call it, of the game that just concluded moments ago between the Golden State Warriors and your Phoenix Suns. The Suns coming out on top, 113-105, a big win after the loss to the Brooklyn Nets a few nights ago, prior to Thanksgiving. But yes, the Suns score a win against the Warriors, 113-105. The Warriors came in with a record of 12-6, good for the third place in the Western Conference, while the Suns came in today with a record of 12-9, good for the ninth place in the Western Conference standings. And let's get right into the numbers here for the game, or from the game. Of course, let's start with the Golden State Warriors. The Warriors had Steph Curry, 23 points. They were led by Steph once again. No surprises there, but Steph really had a quiet night, especially in that first quarter, where he only scored 2 points from. A couple of free throws that he had in that first quarter. Didn't score since, but come first or second quarter, that is when we felt his scoring powers. 20 and he ended up 23 points and 7 rebounds and 4 assists, but not quite the night of that we expect from him. Of course, he came coming into this game. I believe he was questionable with an injury, so that might have played a part in this quiet game that he had. Moving on, Andrew Wiggins added 18 points, Jonathan Kuminga with 12, and Buddy Hield with 11. Buddy Hield, the Suns really did a good job, um, defending him, except, a few miscommunications in defense, but it happens. Brandon Podziemski had 12 points and a couple of charges against Durant, and I forgot who he was. Um, but 12 points. He shot 50% from three, although just 2 of 4. But worst 3 point shooters always get goes off against the Suns. So I was kind of expecting that that's the same story. But hey, maybe it's not this game. It wasn't this game. Draymond Green with 13 and 7 assists and zero punches in the face of a Suns player. Andrew Wiggins with 18 and 3 assists and 3 boards. Moving over to the Suns, they were led by none other than Devin Booker, who scored 27 points on this game and dished out 9 assists and 3 rebounds for Book. So overall, a nice game from Devin Booker. And KD added 21 points, 10 rebounds, and 3 assists, only 3 turnovers. A far cry from his turnovers total last game, wherein he had 7. Grayson Allen added 17. Great game for him, 3 of 6 from downtown. He had that one Curry range 3 point shot coming off a pass from Ryan Dunn, rather, which was great to see. And Royce O'Neal had 11, and of course we can't not mention Tyus Jones with 19 points and 9 assists. Great game from him. Some clutch shots as well when the Warriors were trying to climb back up. Monty Morris had 8 points in this game. Really, a relief coming off the bench, and Oso Guidaro. Of course, the Suns have leaned on him in the past and into this game as well, or in this game as well, with Yusuf Nurkic and Bradley Beal sitting this one out because of injuries. 6 points and 8 rebounds for the big guy with 2 blocks. Ryan Dunn only had 2 points but had 2 blocks and 4 rebounds in this game. So he had two assists as well. An overall game as well, good overall game as well from Ryan Dunn, with all, of course, the hustle plays and the energy that he provided on this game. For Ryan Dunn, I do believe that he's been struggling um, on his shots like a few games now. Not really that fast start that he had a couple of weeks ago when the season was just starting. But it's just rookie stretches, and I am definitely positive that he's going to go back to that 3-point shooting rookie that we have. Well, not always expected, but we have known him already for because of that early his early season success, I should say. All right, so so recap of this game. The Suns, when they're dishing out and they're connecting on these passes, they're really beautiful to watch. They ended that first half having 21 assists on 23 made field goals and shot 41 of 20, 14 of 21 from three. So you can see the potential there offensively, just as long as they're connecting with on those passes and having great looks and actually making those shots. You can see the full potential. Of course, Bradley Beal and Yusuf Nurkic is out, or we're out on this game. But you can see where the offense can, or the offense's real potential. Um, of course, it was a different story in the second half. The second half was kind of grinded out battle with the Warriors trying to climb back up and trying to steal the game. It was quite nerve wracking, really. Nerve wracking. Sorry, nerve wracking. If you're a Suns fan, and we are all Suns fans. But yeah, because you kind of feel that the momentum that was on the Warriors' side, especially in the early parts of that third quarter and the latter part of that fourth quarter. Um, but when if we saw the potential of the offense in that first half, we saw the potential of the defense actually throughout the game, not just in that fourth quarter. Clamping down Steph Curry, given his injury, of course, that he's nursing. It's still not an easy job. No, Steph is a great off-ball mover. Well, he moves well off the ball and finding those little spaces where he can receive a pass and basically shoot. He's good at that, and so is Buddy Hield. Buddy Hield had 11 points, but those are just those minimal miscues and the miscommunications or miscues on the defensive end by the Suns. But you can see really on that first half the potential of the defense of the Suns, especially when your best players KD and Booker. KD has been awesome defensively this season, but there are times that Booker has been a little bit relaxed on defense, not quite as as not putting out that much effort as we'd like or we'd hope for him to do or to put on. Um, but the scoring on the other end and then defending on the other end is pretty tiring. So that's why I don't really um, check that about him. But in this game, everyone was just jumping out up and down, and their hands are always active. Includes Booker, but again, the defense was really the reason why they basically hold down the fourth and win this game and prevented any rally from the Golden State Warriors. Of course, part of that is offense as well, but in that second half, the story was the defense of the Suns. So, yeah. Enough of me blabbering, but I think that's the story of the game, and I hope to see you guys next time. The San Antonio Spurs visits the Phoenix Suns for that NBA Emirates game or Cup game on Tuesday, and the Suns and the Warriors will meet again. That'll be on December 29th, prior to New Year. Um, that's their next game. And yeah, that's it for me. Any reminders? Yeah, earlier today, the crew, or Jake, I should say, had none other than the managing editor of the Bright Side of the Sun, John Voita. Earlier, Hamo was out for a Christmas or a holiday party at work, so Jake had Mr. John Voita. Um, with the or on the live stream earlier today, and yeah, you guys check that out. It was a fantastic, a fun podcast discussing the Suns, of course, and their favorite. They drafted movies, basically their favorite holiday movies. Five for John, or five from Jake. So check that out, Planeteers. And if you like the content that we're putting out there, be sure to support us. Just hit that buy me a coffee link, buy us beer, buy us pizza, whichever you want. Just tap it down below. And don't forget to donate if you have some spare. Donate and send a Suns fan or a kid to a Suns game, and for only $15. For more of that, you can visit suns.com/brightside, or I go to brightsideofthesun.com. So yeah, that's for Dave King's Brightside Night. $15 sends a kid to a Suns game. So yeah, that's gonna be it for me, and I want to thank you all for tuning in, and stay safe, people. Happy holidays, and of course, as I always say, be kind to each other. Ciao.